one of the first messages that I'm feeling for you guys here is it basically feels to me as if I'm seeing a lot of you spending time with younger children or spending time with younger generations. So they could be children of yours or even like friends of your own children who are younger, or even grandchildren. So I'm feeling like a household with a lot of children. I see a lot of people reading to them, like teaching them, vocabulary from a newspaper or from a book. And I'm seeing like a lot of outdoor activities such as like cycling, biking, horseback riding, even gardening. A lot of projects that you're doing to teach children about basic either survival skills or basic homemaking skills or even basic like motor skills and basic I feel like academic, functions. So I'm seeing a lot of time with children, and some of you might even be educators, but I'm seeing a lot more parents, grandparents, etc. I feel that, the energy about spending time with children is going to be actually very good for you to get in touch more with the creative side, to get in touch more with, and I mentioned this for the Virgo reading too. So if you happen to have Virgo rising, moon, or sun sign, you might also want to supplement this reading with that Virgo reading as well. Dealing heavily with children will allow us to get in touch with our inner child, with our creativity, with our sense of being less critical about making mistakes, being less perfectionistic, being more forgiving of others, being more forgiving of ourselves, and being more able and willing to compromise with other people, being more open and willing to share, open and honest with our feelings as well. So I feel like that's coming through where there has been an extended period of time where you are spending with children and you're getting to the fundamental roots of like, it's okay to make mistakes once in a while. It's okay to not have to be perfectionistic all the time because children are carefree. They're innately very able to live in the moment. So I feel like if you have had a lot of anxieties, a lot of worries for whatever reason plaguing you in the past, and I feel for some of you, it could be like, since December last year, for example, others since August of last year. I feel that you're trying to overcome it and you're trying to immerse yourself doing other activities, taking care of practical responsibilities as well. And then I feel others of you, there is an element here of concealing something as it relates to children. And I would advise you not to do that. Okay. If you are the guardian or the person that is in charge of taking care of a child, make sure information comes to light and make sure that information concerning that child for whatever reason, if there is some mishaps within the medical records, within their academic records for enrollment in a specific school, make sure all the information is for example, if they even have like food allergies, you need to disclose the information to the proper authorities as it pertains to children. So I feel like that is very, very vital for some of you. Okay. The third message that I have here is, I feel like a lot of you are in a situation where you want to walk away, but you're stuck in limbo. So for some of you, it could be taking after, I'm seeing like caretaking responsibilities when it pertains to either an estate that was passed down to you. You want to sell it and you want to just get out of Dodge. For others, I feel like it's caretaking responsibilities as it pertains to I feel like an ailing child or like an elderly parent, and I'm seeing father figures, I'm seeing mother figures, grandfather, grandmother, and I feel like it is emotionally quite taxing on you. And I see some of you, there might have been like a burial recently, somebody fallen ill, somebody passed away, and I feel like emotionally you're not in the right space to handle, the logistical aspects of like estate planning, of divvying up assets, because emotionally you're just empty. And so you brush off the responsibilities, you brush it off, you brush it off, you brush it off, and it doesn't get taken care of. So I feel like There are some issues here about, things needing to happen, things needing to be taken care of, but you're not in the right frame of mind, and you're just like, okay, I'll come back to it. It's too overwhelming. It's too inundating, or it's too much right now. Take all the time that you need. And I feel like, I trust that you will revisit it when you're ready. But if you have been brushing this off for quite some time because you just feel like um, you can't manage it on your own, or for whatever reason, you feel like emotionally you're distraught and it has been ongoing for quite some time, I feel that it is important for you to reach out for assistance, okay? I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you know which side of the coin you're on. If it's something chronic and if it's something you've been sweeping under the rug for quite some time, it's really important to reach out for help. If it's something new and you're just like, I'm running on empty right now. I don't have the energy. I don't have the mental capacity, or even I don't have like, the emotional investment to take care of it right now. You can wait on it and, resume in August, resume in a different time. That's fine. But if you've been running away from it, then it's really important to seek some help, because I feel like the task is not as bad. It's not as daunting as you think. Okay. It's not as bad. However, running away from it, I feel like it's an avoidance issue, and it might be something that is chronic. It's not just specific to this situation. It feels like you might have been avoiding a lot of other things as well. So be very careful, okay, Pisces? What I'm feeling overall is this. I do sense your financial situation. It is going to turn around for you. And I keep seeing the month of August being a very, very good time where this situation will right itself. So if you've had worries, if you are liquidating assets, if you're thinking about change of scenery, I do see the month of August is like the breakthrough month for many of you. And I feel like that's when things are going to start going your way. That's when you're going to be able to take care of all the logistical stuff to allow you to move, to allow you to relocate, to put yourself in a new home, to like be freed from whatever holdups, whatever hangups, whatever decisions where your life was put on hold because it depended on another person. I feel like you're going to be literally just free from it by the August timeframe, okay? I see August as a time when a lot of opportunities are going to be coming your way and they're surrounding you. And I feel like by that time, you might actually be inundated by a lot of decisions, choices, choosing the best from all the options. So I feel like you might be a little bit tongue-tied as to what to do, where to go, what to pick, what to leave behind, what to choose, and which direction to, fly towards. So right now you might just be going through this calm period, and that's when, by August things will start happening at the speed of light. I feel like things are happening very, very quickly after this month. It's kind of like, the calm, okay? And then good things are all bursting forth in that August time frame for you to be very swift and quick on the uptake, okay? So you have some really good things coming through, and I feel like it's a little bit frustrating this month because it feels to me like you can't make a decision. You can't really physically remove yourself or do anything because you're waiting on the decision of another person. And I see heavy dealings here with I do see like exes. I do see family members. I see people in positions of authority. And I see some concealed information, and you're not sure if you should bring it up or if you should not bring it up. And I feel like, err on the side of honesty. Okay. For water signs, I always suggest err on the sign of like, it's always a good idea for you water signs overall to say, like, to overstate rather than to understate. Okay. So overstate, like emphasize, get your point across. Okay. Be very direct and clear. Get your point across. Say it multiple times if you need to, because I feel like, you guys, like the delivery, it's often not heard. Or, try to be as direct as you can, okay? I feel like it's always safer for you guys, water signs, to overstate rather than holding back, okay? So it's to avoid confusion with the other party, that whoever it is that you're dealing with. So I feel like there's not a lot happening in terms of like quick, swift momentum, but I do feel that it's a little bit of a lull, like a calm state before the August time frame. Okay, we have a person from your past. Okay, this is a fire sign. So Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. This is the Knight of Wands, so a fire sign energy. And what it's telling me here with this energy is that this is a situation that has been problematic for you, possibly, throughout 2016. And I'm sensing that majority of you might share assets with this person, children as well. You have some lingering residual energy with this person, and you can't make a clean break from this person. And for some reason, I feel like for many of you, you might realize that life is a lot better, possibly without this person. But there's great chemistry, there's great attraction. And I'm sensing that they come and go into your life, like willingly. They just come and go. And majority of your time is about waiting on them to come back, waiting for things to get better, waiting for things to stabilize. And it seems to me like you should have been very upset about this situation, but you're taking it in strides. And that worries me a little bit, because it's like if you take something in strides rather than being upset about the other person's possible reckless, flaky, or irresponsible behavior, it seems like you're giving them a lot of leeway to do it again. And so, just be careful about that. I'm also sensing a situation where they might have done something bad, like stepping out on a relationship, because in the foundation we have here the Three of Swords, which means heartache and separation. They might have done something out of character. And I do feel a lot of you are communicating from a distance, okay? So they might like take a trip, for example, and you're communicating with them like long distance. They might leave the state, or they might want to travel and relocate to another area. And so if you're sharing assets with this person, or if you have children together with this person, it's making it very, very difficult for you all to coordinate how the visitation is going to work out. In the past position, we have here the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins is one person juggling two options. And this is a situation where I feel like you had one solid relationship, and there might have been another person that created temptation as well, and outside of the relationship. So I feel like it was a relationship that was centered around three people. And I'm feeling like it's a very complicated type of a love triangle. You might have been with somebody, and you were kind of on and off trying to make things work because of children. I don't feel like you were in love with them anymore. You still care about them, because a lot of you guys, you have trouble forgetting about the past. You have trouble forgetting that great love. You have trouble like letting, if a relationship lasted more than 3 years, you have trouble letting those emotions go. So it was the familiarity, the safety, and in the relationship rather than the love. And so you might have been on and off with somebody, hoping for things to get better, hoping for things to work. While you were waiting for that, you might have started dating. And I feel like this is the month in which you lay that relationship from the past to rest so that you can explore new options. Okay. And I feel like a heavy children energy in this spread. So you might have children with another person, and that's the relationship that you are going to have to coordinate how to meet up, how to handle visitation. So with this Three of Swords, it means it's something that still tugs at your heartstrings. You still care about the other person. You might hear news from them that they're possibly thinking about a trip or thinking about relocating as well. And I feel almost as if there might be money necessary coming from your end to their end. They might ask you for some type of a financial favor because you're in a good financial position right now. And so you're going to have to decide where you draw your boundaries. Be very clear, Pisces. Be very clear about drawing boundaries, okay? This is not a person that's in your life anymore, but there is some type of financial discussion that still needs to be had between the two of you. Be very clear about drawing your boundaries, okay? Don't offer up too much because it's not your place right now. They need to take care of things on their own, so don't enable that behavior. And grounding this energy is something that you are thinking about. We have here the hangman, which is, a situation where we are waiting uncomfortably for the other person. A situation where we're trying to as well reassess whether or not it is in our best interest to move forward or to detach ourselves completely. And we have the Six of Coins here. This is a situation where one person's contribution has been taken for granted by another person. And I say this to a lot of water signs in general. You give a lot of yourself, and I feel that you need to learn to hold back, and especially you Pisces, being the last sign of the zodiac, you have a lot of love. You have like the best qualities of all the other signs that precede you, but you also have like the negative traits as well. And I do see boundary issues coming through where you're giving so much of yourself in the past and the situation was not being reciprocated. And the other person might be like, oh, when my financial situation gets better. And especially if you're dealing with this fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, that's still lingering. And if you're dealing with people from the past, it's time for you to draw those clear boundaries and to cut them loose, okay? If you have children with them, that's another story. But negotiate and stand firm on what your contributions are, what they expect of you, as well as what you expect of them. Draw firm boundaries, okay? Draw that line in the sand and say, like, these are things that I'm willing to contribute. And these are things you need to take care of on your own. So learn to detach, like loving detachment is something that is absolutely vital for you guys. In the future position, we have here the Page of Coins. So this is a brand new energy. This is an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. For those of you who are single and newly dating, you have an ex that is trying to get back in, that's trying to stir things up. But you also have a new person that you're trying to get to know. I feel like there might have been already a few dates that happened, and you're trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is somebody who is very childlike, innocent. I feel like they're very nimble on their toes, like on their feet for some reason. They might have, they might like to dance. I feel somebody who's a really good dancer, so they might be in the dancing profession. And I'm also feeling as if, they hold you on a pedestal. They put you on a pedestal. They really look up to you. The communication between the two of you is very joyous. So I feel almost like this is a really reliable person, and you might already be involved with them. If you are, the relationship is very, very good, okay? If you are newly dating this person, I feel like you want to take the relationship to the next level. I feel for some of you, it's kind of difficult taking a relationship to the next level with a new person if you have children or if they have children. So both of these cards came out, the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So you might be dealing with somebody who has their own responsibilities when it comes to children. So I'm seeing somebody with children, okay? You might be dating somebody with children, and so they're not available, timing, I feel, is a huge conflict, as well as how are things going to work? How are we going to blend our family? Am I supposed to play the role of the father now when I'm dating you and you have a child? Or am I supposed to play the role of the mother? So you're still a little bit scared about entering this relationship. We have as well the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is showing up here. A lot of you are dealing with like ex-spouses or ex-partners that you have children with, and it's also interfering in the new relationship. Draw clear boundaries, protect yourself, protect your new relationship so that they're not influenced by external, energies from the past, okay? Let me see about new people. You have two cards here. So you're showing up here, Pisces, as the Empress. This is a card greatly about reclaiming your power, standing your ground, and being very desirable and also extremely fertile. So if you're out there dating, and I feel like you might have, for those who are, newly single, you have here very strong earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm sorry. And then a fire sign. This is a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Okay. And I feel like they both might have children. Okay. So even if they don't have children, I feel like they have like pets. They have a lot of responsibilities on their plate. You're looking for a relationship where you can give another person a title, or they can give you a title. So you don't want to just date around. You want to introduce them as your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiance, and your later on, your marriage partner. So I feel like you're not in a position where you're playing the field, or you're not interested in playing the field. And so you have to go through some options. So they're telling you to keep your dating circle open and to take things slow, gauge it out. Okay, this is a slowest moving night in the deck. So singles people, try to, take it slow, try to decide. I feel like the earth sign might be a better option than the fire sign. And I'm also feeling for those in stable relationships right now, your relationships are being taken to the next level. There's a lot of energies from exes, especially if you still share children with them. But I feel like the energy, it is what it is. There's still a little bit of disputes coming through, and possibly them wanting to, up the child support, or some alimony that needs to be revisited, that needs to, some arrangement that needs to be revised. And so I'm seeing like heavy energies with children, but your dating life looks really good. I feel that you need to just manage, find that work life, romantic life balance.